Well, good morning or good afternoon. I believe it is either morning or afternoon for these two wonderful runners. We welcome to another round. This is actually game 2 of a doubleheader between matt7898 and RedKitsune. This is within Group AC. I am Claire Mouse. Joined with me this morning or afternoon is the active ogre. Tracking for us is Breathe. Yo, Ack, how's it going?
I'm sorry. I'm still sleeping. Can you repeat all that? I didn't quite get it.
Most of it isn't probably worth repeating, other than the fact that we have Breathe as our tracker today. That's probably the most important part.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
and so Act this morning.
What's up,
I
Breathe?
hope you had some coffee, because we are really going for some positivity here. So this is the main tournament. We have 5 possible modes that they ran. So they ran actually right before this. They got an open heart seed. There were
What mode are we doing now?
There were some adventures in the early yeah, so this time around, as you might have noticed from the start screen, that we are starting at our house, and the other option was the Dark Chapel. And
hold on a
you
second.
know what? Lo and behold, the the settings certainly look a little different.
I thought you said we were trying to do positivity.
We are.
We rolled inversion. It's out the window. There's no more positivity.
Well, you mentioned it's a little bit early in the morning. Maybe it's just, maybe we should all just go back to bed. It's dark.
Even the bombs aren't even awake, as Matt can't even find one. Trying to get over into Hype Cave here.
Yeah. Do we find powder, by the way? Is that what it
We did on Stumpy, yeah.
Okay.
So what's that unlock for us?
Well, if we play Enemizer, we can maybe get some anti-fairies and help us with some health.
No, we can't even do that because we don't have magic. We can do nothing.
You're right. Well, it looks like maybe we're gonna get some magic and some bombs on at least RedKitsune's side.
How?
Skull Woods?
Oh yeah, I guess we could do it in Skull Woods. Yeah, it's a good place.
What? I'm sorry. I was still probably asleep when you said the last sentence. I don't think I heard anything about
I don't
positivity
know
and
if I
Skull
even
Woods.
said anything.
Okay, you know what? All right, we're just gonna have to go back to the.
Just skip it.
Yeah.
I don't think many people would skip Skull Woods in Roja.
This early, the desperation level is pretty high, so
there we go. We got magic.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so now we can go to, actually we still can't do magic, right?
No, no. All right, well, Red Kitsune did want to go and check the drop down, but apparently the bush had other words. It spawned a skull. He was only on 1 heart, so he decided to go this way instead.
Yeah, it's see, this is one of the features of skull. See, Red Kitsune, he really wanted to use that powder. I understand. Maybe the Gyptos actually turned into something different. By the way, they're here in Matt's trademarked easiest room in the game. Still easy, no boots, no boomerang, he's good to go. We only have a small key though. By the way, speaking of items, so this is, by the way, not only necessarily just straight inversion, inverted, this is inversion. So as you can see, Red Kitsune is showing us, unrelated to inverted, that there's a fairy back there.
Oh, I thought that was an Inversion thing. Okay.
If it were, at least that would be one positive thing about what we're gonna go through with these runners. The other thing is, of course, notably, we see there's a sword, right, that they have. One of probably the best starting items that you can get, right?
It's a pretty good item, yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd say second best, but it is a good starting item.
I said one of the best. There are definitely a good number of items, right? So some people consider having the mirror, as playable. Certainly, we would
that's
really
not the one I was thinking about.
We would like to see something more red. It is my favorite color.
Yeah.
And on our feet, yeah. We're going to so not fun fact. The last seed that Matt played that was Ambrosia against Zelga, they were completely boostless, like for the hour and 40 minutes that they went through the seed. I'm really hoping that that's not the case.
Do you think that information surprises me?
No, sadly.
It's the main tournament. It's by design.
For what it's worth, the last 2 seeds though that Matt has played, which is what is it, Fat Keys versus Chloe last night, and then this morning, game 1 against RedKitsune, he had boots and sword within under 6 minutes. So that was actually really pretty impressive. I'm hoping kind of like that PRG would kind of carry through.
There
but
in Skull Woods.
yeah. What do you think we do with that bow?
I think we sit here and play Whack-A-Gibdo. Okay. That bow, yeah, that unlocks like nothing as it sits.
We
I mean,
kind
we
of
can
need.
sequence break over into pod and use it, but yeah, what else we can do with it?
Wow. Can we even get into pod? I mean, we're pretty
Uh,
poor. We're
can't quite
also
afford it. No, it's a good point.
yeah, but we're also kind of missing, I don't know, like a hammer or
Flippers or something
flippers.
to get over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Man, the pickings here are really pretty slim.
Yeah. It's that in you know inverted item density because we are playing inverted, but you get the hard to get, not very dense locations early, and then you get your dark world access, and you have access to all of the stuff. There's a glove. There's flippers, and that's also our way into pod,
I was gonna
assuming we
say,
can
is
ever
that?
afford it.
Well, no, we just got 100 rupees out of Hype Cave. It's like, was that literally
Oh
like
yeah, we did too.
our
Okay.
pod care package right there?
Yeah, there you go. We can go right over to pod, and it looks like that might be exactly
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah, it looks
All
like
right.
Matt decided to stick around in the Village of Outcast / Skullwoods area. So we do see a C in the upper left-hand corner. What do you think the C means?
That means they have the compass to this
the
dungeon.
compass.
So if he maps, you can see what the boss is. Do they shuffle the bosses in Ambrosia?
Maybe if that would make it a bit more interesting. But unfortunately, this is the only. This is no MC Boss Shuffle is the only one that they actually shuffle bosses.
No, I think they shuffle the bosses in this one. They just might all roll vanilla, but they were shuffled.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Fun fact though, we can actually. So another feature about Ambrosia is that so right now, even though Matt is here in the front of Thieves Town, he does not have the option of clearing it unless we magically find the big key to Thieves Town in one of the front four of the chest. It is not guaranteed in this case to be there, just like what we're seeing right now.
Yeah. Another fun fact about Ambrosia. Ambrosia is a hot new mode for ALTTPR exclamation point.
That is
It's an inverted seat with a guaranteed sword. Wild big keys. Freaking, they're wild, dude.
Wow.
And bosses always have a non-dungeon items, and bosses are shuffled, but often roll vanilla. Alright, well, there you go.
By the way, we found so we're here in the Village of Outcasts. Looks like Matt and as RedKitsune has made his way over into pod. We have no arrows, but at least there were going to be some arrow pots underneath, at least on the bow log, so we can at least get back there and see, you know, what is in store for us for 2 chests. Because we have no hammer. By the way, we have the other glove. So suddenly myths already.
That's
no
really
pearl
interesting.
Yet?
Yeah.
No pearl, but certainly in inverted, you know, and this is our Ambrosia. Myths are not actually strictly required, with maybe the exception of finding something in King's Tomb. But then I think that restriction has been kind of mitigated, just because, you know, we can either do like Tomb Raider now, so you know, so we get the hook shot. But we kind of course, also need those boots. Matt has not been over to Hype Cave yet, by the way, so he has not seen the pod entry fee. You know, kind of, it's not quite underneath the door, Matt, but you know, it's about as close as we're ever gonna get in Dark World.
Yeah, that doesn't mean we don't need money for other things too, though. So
True. I mean, like, what happens if boots are just on Zora? You know, Zora is actually one of those locations that's not necessarily that convenient to check. You know, the flute, one of our major light world traversal items, suddenly becomes a lot less effective in the light world, in that we don't get to use it at all in the light world. So you getting over to Zora may not necessarily be the most convenient of trips. Just like going over to Potion Shop, you know, the dark flute 2 spot is you know, it is kind of like the potion shop at home, because our home now is in the Dark World, but it is a significantly lesser version of what we can have, basically, for the real potion.
Yeah, and I mean all that stuff too. Those are light world checks. Well, we still gotta find that pearl. You know, we gotta.
that is very.
We're running before we can walk here.
We can't run.
That's a good point. Yeah, we get no boost because they're on Zora. So mitts for Matt. Very interesting.
Yeah, we found a desert big key too. I mean, so yeah, again, well, of course, right. Another thing is that if desert's a crystal, I mean, it also could be a pendant. But if we actually do need to claim the prize of desert, we are gonna have to go find that book.
Correct.
Yeah, none of this.
Yeah, as inverted. The flute mirror doesn't quite get us there. Book is the only way we can get over to that area.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, one nice thing, again, one nice thing about inverted is, and the specific loadout combination so far between Matt and RedKitsune is that if we do find the flute, right, it actually does make things a little bit nicer, just because a lot of the light world portals that we have are mid-slot, right? Going up to Ice Palace, right? You can go over to Flute Spot 6. Then once you have the mids, you can actually lift those rocks, right? Whereas before, without the mids, it's definitely much less convenient to travel.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
We did do a map check, by the way. All I caught was a pendant turtle rock.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pendant turtle rock. I think everything else was crystals, but truth be told, I think I did take a 5-second power nap during that map check too. I definitely can vouch for the pendant at TR.
They're trying to get boots as fast as they can, and by as fast as they can, I'm really hoping that they find the boots real soon. Give them at least something for them to do.
I'm not really turning up much here. We found Cane of Burno, we found a bottle. Bottle can be a little interesting, because that Moon Pearl can actually be at Sick Kid, which makes for a very fun journey, but not quite in logic yet.
Yeah, we're gonna kind of need some sort of light source. Fire Rod in this case definitely doesn't cut it, but if we're gonna do Aga for our light world access, we're gonna need to be able to have something else to actually see. And also, our fighter sword, while it is great in dark rooms, it is probably also not quite enough in order to get us over the finish line. I mean, actually, for Matt and RedKitsune, actually probably it's enough, but at least it doesn't. The game is still at least benevolent enough to not expect that, from the average player.
Yeah. I mean, exactly to your point. If they wanted to go run up there to the top of Dark Death Mountain and go kill Aga, and then walk all the way over to Sick Kid and say, "Hey, I know I don't have a lamp, but can I have a pearl?" They most certainly have the equipment to do that right now. But yeah, you're right. That would be very aggressive, and also very risky.
Yeah, and so I guess actually in terms of just the tournament, I don't know, meta competition stuff. So this is actually Matt's last race in the entire group series. I believe he has. I started this whole sentence saying that this is gonna be his last game, and then now I'm trying to actually remember how many, what his win streak is. I believe he has won at least 4 of the games, maybe all 5. He is certainly. I believe he has a good lock into at least making brackets. So this game certainly is quite nice for him. RedKitsune, on the other hand, this is actually his second game. His first one being what we just played 2 hours ago. Yes. And their style certainly seems to be quite different. So Matt did basically some much more, I would say, less conservative decisions. RedKitsune decided to actually try and be a bit more thorough, rushed more pendant dungeons, actually pulled pedestal. Had some unfortunate circumstances happen, and that graveyard ledge was definitely not his friend earlier. So I don't know if he is thinking about maybe trying to play a bit more aggressive, kind of actually seeing, what Matt's style was in the first game. Maybe he wants to take maybe slightly different.
Yeah, I can confirm too that Matt has won all 5 of his games. That means he has advanced to the next round regardless of that, but there is still seeding, I believe. That's the next step. Yes. So yeah, going 6-0, I mean, it's perfect because the best seed always wins, right? These tournaments.
I 100% agree with that statement.
Okay.
Whether it's wishful thinking or not, it doesn't matter. I just agree. By the way, there's our pearl on Pyramid.
Yeah, after you... So, I must have missed it. I must have nodded off. RedKitsune went and killed Aga in the dark and then got his Moon Pearl off Pyramid.
Off of Pyramid, easy.
Sorry, still a little early for me. I'm not quite sure. I mean, that's really impressive. He did all that with 3 hearts, so...
I know. I mean, well, you do see a little bit of magic bar usage, so maybe he, took a little bit of a shortcut, used the Cane of Burno. But
I thought he just got hit by an anti-fairy that was in there.
Oh, you're right. We are still gonna go over to Catfish. I mean, so RedKitsune did not decide to continue after Skull Woods into Village of Outcasts, so he does not have his full Dark World Gear package yet, which is, of course, in this case being the Mitts.
But I mean, unless you find something like, say, lamp to distract him, he'll know that his Dark World access is in one of those early spots that he's left behind. So it'll be fine too when he gets those mitts over there. He'll just be right next to the Kakariko portal anyways.
Looks like RedKitsune was trying to go for quick fish. I mean, as quick as you can go without boots, but didn't quite in this case hit the actual hitbox.
Yeah.
Yes.
So A Link to the Past taught me that circles are squares. Thank you, Catfish, for making me have questions about everything I know.
Alright, well, looks like you are correct in that we picked up a random 20 rupees from somewhere. We don't really know what kind of happened. Most things kind of happen, you know.
Oh, they were all crystals. I'm awake this time.
Yeah, and we actually saw 5, 6. Yeah, well, Breve is also doing a really good job. I mean, you actually see everything is already pre-marked basically for all of us. You know?
Yeah, Crystal 2 was at Pod. Crystal 3 was at Skull Woods. Crystal 4 was at Thieves Town. Crystal 5 was at Ice Palace. I think that was Crystal 7 at Swamp, and then Crystal 1 at Misery Mire. Did you guys get all that?
That's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Considering I don't remember anything that's happened like 2 seconds ago.
Looks like Matt is going to go head over to Catfish and well, he didn't have his Moon Pearl yet, so he needs to go over to Pyramid. So we'll see which order he elects to do these in.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to be up to Catfish and then down to Pyramid, which I mean, you know, it's very understandable.
It would have been better if you would have realized that this was inverted, and instead of going up, he needed to go down. Yeah, and then he would have his Pearl a little bit faster, and then you could forget about Catfish the whole entire time. Which, fun fact, the last seed they played, Catfish was Matt's Go mode. It was a Master Sword after he had finished after he finished Ganon's Tower. So
yeah, and in fact, actually, in GT, the big key was early, or I mean, early enough, right? It was in Compass Room, and Matt actually scoured the entirety of the basement and all of upstairs looking for that sword.
yeah, it was a good old nice 170 plus collection rate.
Yeah,
It's always the good feeling seed. I believe Matt showcased how Quick Fish is actually supposed to look.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Matt's a very talented 124 NMG runner, so he is quite.
Is that good?
That's pretty dang good.
That actually is pretty freaking good. That's kind of incredible.
Is it top 20 for 124? I don't remember
it should be,
but it's up there. Like it's really kind of scary, like how fast a 124.
Like literally, it might be like 120, but like realistically, you're like basically like top 2.
Yeah, that's very true.
All right, got a nice King Smite, Thieves Town to Big.
Oh, we're in the light world already. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually super convenient. That's right. On Grief's side, or not Grief's side, on RedKitsune's side, because you know we got our mitts actually in Village of Outcasts, and so that's actually very convenient Dark World portal in order to be able to go straight up into Kakariko.
Did they do all of the Dark World? Like, did they go into Thieves and all? I feel like they just got Moon Pearl and went right into the light world, unless I completely missed it, which is 100% possible.
Yeah, I know. I don't think they went into Thieves Town. No, we do.
Okay.
By the way, so we actually have our nice normal Dark World access. Dark World, Light World. It's still early. Although we have all like the nice convenient ones, so we don't have to, you know, scout, you know, walk basically the entirety of the world around, just in order to get over to like Eastern Palace, for example.
Also, too, I heard someone, we were talking about the wild big keys. Did someone say that the GT big key is always in GT?
It is. That is actually one of the another hidden feature, I guess, of Ambrosia. Is that you do not have to go search for the GT big key, correct?
We're stuck in a corner.
Matt, interestingly enough, is actually going to grab the Smith actually before we go into the light world. It's actually pretty nice. Had nice heads up play. We don't have a mirror in order to kind of make things a bit more convenient, but he's going to be able to turn to the Smith right as we kind of make our way, presumably south.
Also, we found another big key to Pod. These crystals that we can finish up here, they are adding up quickly. Yeah, we can finish. We could finish Pod. Obviously, no fire source. A little scary. We can finish Thieves.
Yeah, with that hammer that we picked up.
You can finish Hera, but I don't know how good you feel about that one. It's also
Yeah.
kind of a trek to get over there too.
Yeah, like the whole appeal of going to Hera in inverted is pretty low, you know, because you don't really have a shortcut. The mirror is not your shortcut. You can only run walk, sorry, all the way around,
Yeah,
and then
we
it's
don't
only
we don't do running.
um,
Man, these runners. Shoutouts to all of the main tournament runners and how hardened their thumbs have to be in order to, you know, compete in this tournament.
think about how pristine their A button is. You know, like it could almost be in a display case.
That's really funny. You just see a corroded in the or controller in the left hand is just completely like, you know, corroded over, just worn to a nub, and the other side looks brand new. It's like, man, I wish I found the boots.
Wait, by the way, we found a big key also to Skull Woods. So I believe also according to our tracker, it is a crystal. I mean, so we probably have another reason to go back there. Ideally, we go back there with the fire rod, but you know.
Okay. And since the big keys are wild, Skull Woods went from having 2 items in it to 3. There's always an item on the boss, and we've already found 1 item in there. So there's either an item in that big chest, or there's another item in the back. Okay. I think that's right.
Yeah, that's actually something that's actually kind of nice to be able to, I don't know, use your detective skills, right, in order to, or your counting skills, in order to be able to keep track of the items, because
Yeah, but Wild Big Keys messes it all up, because you have, like, locations like Swamp and Skull Woods, and you don't know if, like...
Oh, yeah, but sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet, and sometimes you just gotta dive right in. We got another big key, by the way, so we may not even be seeing these issues anymore.
Like 5 big keys here in Kakariko,
so
it seems like.
So okay, so that's ice pass. We don't have a fire source in order to get in. No bombos or anything like that.
Can you lick the freezers to get in?
You may need to call 911 or emergency service. I don't know.
I'm calling the Tootsie Roll Owl. He'll tell me.
Well, I'm just saying your tongue might get stuck, you know, on a freezer, and then you're gonna have to like get
just bring him with you.
Might be a bit harder to do. Yeah. You know, our bag, you know, our inventory, while it may seem, you know, like you know, pretty spacious, I don't really think there's a slot for freezers.
You should be able to pick up one of the pickets that's outside of Ice Palace, then bring him into Ice Palace with you, and then have him lick the freezer until he melts. I would like this ROM hack.
I would really like to be able to see how this goes. That would be amazing. Did Matt turn in the Smith, by the way, and I just totally missed it?
I believe he did.
Was there anything exciting on the Smith?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty exciting. I don't think it was anything we needed, but it was exciting.
Okay, well, if it's something we needed, then at least Breve, oh no, gosh, RedKitsune won't necessarily be missing out on it immediately so far, but it is still
also
a blocker, you know, for the purple chest.
If it was something we needed to, Breve would attract it for us.
Yes, I absolutely agree.
Smith was a heart piece, so yeah, I think that's exciting.
Thanks, test check.
You know, you said this was a positivity stream.
It is. You know, the Smith is always, everyone's thinking, you know, about helping, you know, our runners out. And in fact, actually, even, so, despite the last seed these two played was tournament, you know, open hard, right? Suddenly, there are 48 hard pieces in the pool instead of, you know, whatever, I forgot, like, the normal number. And so I think even at the very beginning, they actually had quite a bit of health versus like, and I think they ended on like 16 hearts or something versus this seed right now where we're like 20 some minutes in and we're still only on, you know, 5 hearts. And
that's all they need.
I mean, you know, it's kind of like spoiler level, right?
This is the tournament, the best of the best.
True.
You know, we should just make it where like there's only 3 hearts in the pool.
How about Sanctuary though? You know, you can't really, you know, prevent people from picking up Sanctuary Heart.
What do you think of this route by RedKitsune? It looked like they went Dam and then they went right over into Saha and
he is certainly going after a lot of the major item destiny locations.
Well, like. We walked past Mini Moldorm Cave. That was my like we were at Dam and we didn't do Mini Moldorm. I don't think. Did we? Yeah, no, we didn't do that.
We did not.
And now we are in Pendant Eastern. To me, I don't think this is a bad play at all, but this seems like a play where, like, you're trying to win. Or maybe you think it's a crystal, and also maybe you think it's the big key. Or, like, you're like, my opponent is not going to go here early. I want to go here early. I want to get an advantage.
So for
That's
what
what
it's
I
worth,
see.
yeah. So for what it's worth, in game 1, Eastern was also a pendant, and there was also no bow available. This was one of the first locations that RedKitsune went to.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe Eastern's trying to be consistent. There
So,
was, for what it's worth, nothing in Eastern, the first game, but maybe something's here, you know. And he's got, and yeah.
it just takes one.
That's very true. Oh yeah. I mean, you know, like, what if the boots are here in Eastern Palace? Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
I would
I don't
be
think
quite
that.
happy with my decisions if the boots were there.
I don't. Well, I mean, that's certainly a pretty strong point of divergence. I really don't see Matt coming here. I guess of his own volition, unless there's a good reason for him to.
I mean, Matt should hold a little bit more respect to Eastern Palace, as it literally won him thousands of dollars in SGL 20-something, because in his finals match versus Bwayne, that bow was resting nice in Eastern Palace, and Bwayne went there much later than Matt did. Never forget.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, see, I know every race, too, that Matt's ever done also, okay, Claire Mouse?
I also definitely did not remember that. But, you know, they have a bow this time. They're just looking for that Eastern big key, which, you know, according to a certain...
Well, Eastern's a pendant, so, like, who cares?
Yeah, well, yeah. But I mean, you know, you always feel a bit more comfortable coming in here with the big key. You know, some...
He didn't have the big key. He looked pretty comfortable going in here.
Some people might consider that, you know, in order to make Eastern difficult, you need both the bow and the big key. I mean, RedKitsune, I mean, really, you know, like, I believe in Eastern Palace. You know, he seems to be also, you know, having someone who's has a good head on his shoulders, you know, going into Eastern Palace.
We also found a book over in Mini Moldrum Cave, so that is definitely an item that we will have to have in order to beat this seed. Yeah, I believe we found that sword over in Saha's closet too. I'm assuming that's where we got it. It's very interesting because that was very similar to the last seed that they had played.
Where RedKitsune was up like 2 swords.
Yeah. RedKitsune had all of the swords, but none of the go mode items. Matt was in GT with no swords, so he's just a sword hunter. You know, he can sniff those swords out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Mix actually, and in fact, actually, one of the comments that Matt had in his first race was, in his words, "This is a very tough to execute seed." You know, and I can fully understand that if you're only on Fighter's Sword the entire time. RedKitsune was, you know, he was.
Yeah, Matt was completely wrong. Yeah, he was fine. He had all the swords, just having, you know, time of his life. Just couldn't find that flute that was on Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate. I mean, so Mitz for the last, you know, for
stab him there.
Well, I mean, well, sorry, what happened?
I don't know. He was like walking into a bush, and the bush wouldn't. He was holding out a sword, trying to dash you know, poke the bush. Yeah, sorry, not dash. We don't do that here. But the bush wouldn't move, so he just spun and slashed all of the bushes.
Oh, we'll see. Okay, so that's more like is that like the Bombo's equivalent of bushes?
I guess. I don't know. I just want to know what like. What kind of Wheaties that bush was eating, the fact that he couldn't poke it, because he poked the one before it. I wonder if this is going to be like, maybe a front of escape, like in the back of escape, and then you check everything up there, and then maybe he goes and does the portal, and then goes Ice Rod Cave, and then Mini Moldrum or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, and then also it would be pretty convenient for him to actually go check Graveyard Ledge. As you mentioned before, that was one of these spots that kind of burned RedKitsune in game 1, so maybe kind of fresh on his mind to be able to not leave that item behind.
Also, we found another big key there in Waterfall. That's big key to Meyer. Those big keys in the bottom there, they're really starting to line up.
Yeah.
Wait, what big key do we need?
Maybe Swamp Palace. We may also still need the big key. Maybe.
What?
You know, like there's something that could be in there, for sure. But yeah, in terms of all the other crystal dungeons, we definitely have all.
We have all of the hard required bit keys. Like, we don't need any more. Okay.
Well, so the good news is that we're both runners are very flush with cash, so money should not be an issue at this point. We just have to make sure that RedKitsune goes over to Zora to go buy his flute, because it would be actually quite a big shame if the flute screws him over in both games against Matt.
Yeah, flutes, like I said, it's an interesting item because there are ways around this flute. We don't necessarily need it. I think having it this early is, you know, very good for movement, and then the fact that we don't have the mirror yet could make it like physically hard required too.
Well, right. So we know that. So because Swamp is a crystal, so having the mirror requirement for Swamp is does not change in inverted, but it could certainly be very late, and certainly could be she could show up, let's say in Mire, right? Which we're gonna need that flute in order to get into if we don't have the mirror.
Well, we need a way to get into Mire too, which is we're missing a lot of pieces for that. We gotta have a medallion to get in there, and then we're gonna need boots or a hook shot.
I have faith that we're gonna find boots.
Okay, well there you go. There's the hook shot in the back of Escape. That's really nice.
Yeah, so I mean, so Matt here is in Northlight World, so it looks like actually presumably he's going to be doing at least something pretty similar. It is a Zelda cell, so he may not get at least to that particular location.
Well, he can't. There's no way. Or I mean, like, if he's gonna do back of Escape, it's locked.
Right. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I'm saying like in this case he has to go to the front in order to go get the hook shot. But at least he's gonna be able to cover the ground here in Northlight World.
Graveyard Ledge paying off twice. Well, it's interesting because now he has the flute, though. He could, well, actually, you know what? I guess he doesn't have any way over in Death Mountain. No, he does. He could do Death Mountain. He can do, like, literally all of it. Pretty much, except for,
Oh, because we have mitts. Yeah,
we have mitts. Yeah, we can do a ton of it. He just can't do Hookshot Cave. So we'll have to see how he wants to prioritize Front of Escape. Ooh, nice silvers there.
Yeah, suddenly we're already treating ourselves today. We are gonna go see Desert. So the desert fight is gonna looking all of a sudden pretty nice, assuming we have Fire Source, of course. And also when we eventually get over to Vitreous, also gonna be a pretty nice fight as well. It's certainly gonna mitigate some of the hardships that Matt has had
for not finding the sword. Yeah.
Yes, only on Fighter Sword.
Oh, that's a very interesting development, though. Where that hookshot is and where that flute is. Both of those could maybe elude either of the runners. And then I don't know. I would suppose at the end of the day, if this hookshot can lead the mirror, then you're not even too upset about maybe not finding the flute over the hookshot, as long as your opponent, you know, doesn't find the hookshot himself.
Yeah. It's actually speaking of having the hookshot, RedKitsune basically finishing up his Northlight World stuff, we're going straight up the mountain.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of stuff for him. And then last game he did enjoy those pendant dungeons. There's another one up in Hera, so maybe that could factor into your routing.
Yeah. You know, I will say though, like, so there was the required medallion Quake for both Turtle Rock and Mire in their last game, and that was in pendant Hera.
Okay.
I mean, both of them ended up going there. You know, I guess like within a reasonable amount of time. But yeah, I mean, at least you know there's gonna be like some stuff where the pendant doesn't just pay off. But as you said, pendant Hera is pretty far away. Not even the green pendant either. I don't know. I mean, but you know, it's certainly nothing precluding people from from having something in Hera. As you said, it only takes one item.
Do you think this old man is following RedKitsune because he is happy he rescued him, or because he has flowers? Okay, he doesn't have flowers anymore. Oh, there's our boots. By the way, we can get those.
You're right. You know what? I don't care if Hera is like the like the orange pendant or whatever. I'm going to Hera and I'm
orange pendant. It's Aries pendant.
Yeah. You know what? Oh man, that's true. Still surviving. But yeah, suddenly, Hera doesn't look so bad anymore because we definitely really want those boots.
I mean, RedKitsune wants them so much that they they went immediately to the light world. We don't have a mirror, so if he wants to do like Super Bunny or Hookshot Cave, he's gonna have to save and quit and walk all the way back over here, unless we do find a mirror, but... I mean,
one of the hallmarks, it's like you haven't experienced inverted until you've climbed the mountain 10 times in a so he's just with the flow here. And yeah, and as you mentioned, like we could actually just get bailed out, you know, by getting, you know, the mirror.
Yeah, if you find the
here.
mirror here, then it just, you know, it was like, oh, your 4-head routing is no match for my 5-head routing kind of experience. Yeah. Don't route for what you have. Route for what you want to have. Like
Yeah,
a lamp.
exactly. It's like yeah, like dress for the job that you want, not for the job that you have. Yeah, I totally understand that.
All right, Mats and
Yeah, money.
Thieves. But yeah, this is where we'll start seeing the difference. RedKitsune, you're gonna probably see them do Thieves, but
He's gonna
you're
have
gonna see him do it with boots.
and a Master Sword.
And a Master Sword, which is gonna make his blind fight significantly the same.
You know, I did hear the Master Sword has a bit farther of a reach. And you know, Matt, of course, being a very accomplished energy runner from 124, you know, the Fighter Sword, Hammer, Samaria, bootsless combo is really not within, you know, the hardened muscle memory. You know, versus RedKitsune, he's got boots and he's got Master Sword. Exactly
That's
what you
true.
would see, you know, in
You're right, you're right. Like the heart count even almost looks right too.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. Oh, of course, yeah. So, unfortunately, having not gone to Mini Moldrum and not having the book, we are not going to be able to get a check on Ether Tablet, which, you know, again, it's one of those locations that you really, I guess in this case, you're just
You would
hoping
want
that
to do it
yeah.
while you're here, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's
for
a rough one to
RedKitsune's
leave
case,
behind.
We're just gonna hope that nothing's here.
Like leaving Ether Tablet and an inverted seed is basically like, you know, leaving GT Tower Room and then walking all the way back to it in a normal seed.
Oh, you mean like when you're looking for a sword?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. So actually, okay, so I'm gonna assume that you didn't do Hera here. It looks like that's what he's gonna do. He's the big key too, right? So it is technically in logic.
Not for him, but like technically,
yeah,
collectively, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because we found the flute right off of Zora, and so we can still get up here.
That's another good point too, because we found that lamp over in Paradox Cave. That is a slightly telling where the flute must be.
Yeah,
I think there's still. Well, actually, what all does he have left? He doesn't have that. I mean, like Mini Moldrum Cave, which
he does actually have a lot. I mean, well, right, and then like Mini Moldrum also does open up Desert Palace, and and also like we're gonna get the Maya area as well, like after seeing this blue. So, but I think from his immediate perspective, like there's not very much left. Like there is only really like Mini Moldrum Cave and like the water checks. I guess Hobo. I don't think we've seen Hobo yet from either guy, either side, right?
Really? That's
I don't remember. It's you know, surprisingly there hasn't been a lot of action.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Bree also reminding us, yeah, that we do have also some Dark Death Mountain stuff.
Well, I mean that's if you know we gotta make a separate trip to get over there. We might be done with the mountain, you know? Mountain sucks. Like, we're fine. We don't need to go to the dang. We're done. We can just leave now. We'll see if he wants to go over and do, Spiral Cave. No, we're not doing Spiral Cave. Oh, yeah, we need to go... Did we not do this? We saw the boots. Oh, he just went... He was so excited to get the boots, we left. Oh my god, I love that. I support that decision. That we went up all... Oh no, because we had the old man too, so you had to go back and turn him. Okay, that makes a lot more sense then.
Yeah, but looks like we're gonna actually now, in this case, go over to Dark Death Mountain stuff. So presumably we're gonna do maybe Spike Cave after Super Bunny Hookshot. I think we have enough.
We could,
right? We have Burna, we have full magic bar, and we have boots, and we have I don't know, 6 hearts, right? Yeah, that should be plenty.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all like I said. This is all weird because then like Spiral Cave. Are you ever gonna do that? I mean, why would you do Spike Cave like over Spiral Cave? I mean, they're. I would say they're coin flip choices, but.
Yeah, there's also some temporal locality here, or geographic. You know, like we don't have the mirror. We're kind of here in Dark World. I don't know. I mean, we can always go back to Light World, but maybe
we can always go back to Dark World.
Now without that mirror.
No, but I mean, like he could just save and quit, and he's on that screen where Spike Cave is. I don't know what you do here though. Yeah, this is not a complaint to his routing. It's a complaint to the design of Death Mountain in Version. Yeah.
Alright, well, Matt is still going to be missing on those boots for a little bit, but he does have the myth, so we are going to finish up the Smith chain. That was part of his initial investment without the mirror. And we're gonna see in this case if purple chest isn't paying off. Oh, we're gonna use the flute though. Ooh, interesting. We're gonna do the whole Mire desert area. Well, yeah, Mire desert area. Before turning in the purple chest. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Using that flute to his advantage.
Matt really wants to find a fire source right now. That's all he is thinking. He wants to do all of this and then get a fire source, go finish up desert. I guess that's a nice thing about wild bit keys. Where's
wow.
the mirror?
Found the mirror. Oh wow. So it's gonna be actually kind of a battle here between the boots and between RedKitsune's boots and Matt's mirror.
It's interesting.
It is. It's actually very interesting. So actually now we can actually go back to Mire now, if he really wants to. Was that Quake, by the way, for...
You still can't get into my...
Oh, yeah, that's true. He has no boots, and he has no hookshot, which of course we know is going to be hard required in Zelda Cell.
But that mirror will be nice for him whenever he makes his way up to...
He just can't get necessarily baited immediately because, you know, this is inverted. We can't just mirror and go get the boots. We still have to go walk all the way around.
Yeah. So Quake over there in Mimic Cave. Don't know which medallion we need for Misery Mire, but all of the medallions we've seen so far have been in awful spots. We've had one in Graveyard Ledge. We've had one in Mimic Cave we just saw now. So I guess that means that we need Bombos, and it's somewhere also even worse.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we get Bombos, maybe we'll dive into Ice Palace. Who knows? Or if we get a Fire Rod, maybe we'll dive into Ice Palace. And that's where Bombos will be.
I wonder how confused Matt is right now. He saw a blue mail on the desert ledge, and then he went and turned in his purple chest and got blue mail. He's like, wait, what was that up there? Oh, by the way, there's a blue bottle over there in the desert.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, Matt is kind of really feeling the same type of trends, you know, as you mentioned in this case from his first game, where we still can't basically get anything off of tablets. I don't think he was able to get anything on the first game.
Ooh, all right. Matt wins the battle of the medallions. He found the right one.
He also has found, and that was, as you said, it was in Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, this also might be another time where I hope RedKitsune doesn't get burned a second time for Graveyard Ledge, 2 games in a row. We did find the key Eastern, by the way. It is a pendant. So I don't know if that's tempting at all from that or not.
And RedKitsune's benefit, they have not done the Back of Escape, which has 3 very easy items for them. So comboing that with Graveyard Ledge might not seem so bad. We also have boots too, so Bonk Rocks as well. There's a lot more stuff over there in Inverted than, you know, Graveyard Ledge and a normal seed. So that is to their benefit.
Yeah, but I think he actually did Bonk Rocks, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I saw it on his screen earlier, and then he went straight over basically to the village. But maybe I just saw.
Really?
Maybe not. I thought I saw like the Bonk Rocks like chest, but then like he's here in Thieves Town, so like there's no way, right, that he would have just. I mean, like, no, never mind. We're here in Thieves Town. We're gonna say.
I don't know. They would have had to like go and to the dark world and then
it just doesn't make sense for
go to the light world and walk over, do Bonk Rocks, and not do anything else and save and quit. I don't think I saw that.
It doesn't make sense. But yeah, but as you said, we're here not only on a Master Sword, we're here with boots and a hook shot for that matter. I mean, it's gonna be a.
And Matt's about to get the good news right here, right now as well.
Yeah, the good news is like, oh, I should have just come here much earlier because that's where the boots.
Oh, there they are! Just give them to me. Oh. Man, if only he had the boots, he could bonk into them and knock them off like the library item. That's actually, if you try it, if you guys don't think it works.
Yeah, well,
you
what
can
about
bonk into that.
Medallion? You know, what if we just use the Quake medallion? Like
he doesn't have it.
Time. Well, I know, but I mean, it's not like he has the boots either.
That's a good point. That's fair. That's fair.
Where was Quake, by the way? I don't remember where it was.
It was in Mimic Cave.
Oh, Mimic Cave, that's right, thank you. Yes, yeah, that was actually, yeah, so RedKitsune has definitely spent a little bit of extra time here, at least on the mountain. Unsure what Matt wants to do, you know, like, in this case, even, like, Matt also has the mirror, so maybe, you know, as part of Turtle Rock is also going to be a little bit more incentivizing, just because he can make, you know, like, he can make it much more efficient, but at the same time, it's also a pendant. I don't know how much you want to consider this stuff to be overworld. We are still looking for, probably a good amount of stuff, right? We are not gonna need that ice rod today, but we are gonna still need that fire rod,
which is like the only thing we're looking for.
Wait, is it really?
Yeah.
Well, for Matt, it's gonna be another sword, but you know.
And a hook shot.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking from from the previous game. Hopefully, it's not gonna be another sword go mode for him.
Yeah. RedKitsune is gonna need ether, mirror. They don't need the flute, so it's kind of funny that where that mirror is, like they can just completely bypass the flute, and they'll find the mirror like exactly when they need it, because it'll be a way to get over in the mire. Yeah, then that fire sword, and then fire rod rather. Actually, they could go and they went in the book for mini Moldorm. Okay, that could be a really good route for them if they like mini Moldorm and then took book into desert, which would find them their mirror. Yeah. Then they would just be looking for fire rod and ether. Corey, yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. This is actually kind of rough for them. Everything they need is kind of like scattered throughout the world. It's kind of hard to put all that together in a route, I think.
Yeah, but I guess for what it's worth, I mean, we are still, missing still a good amount of stuff on Matt's side as well. Did you see that Smith pickup? You can do that?
What? What did he do?
Like, so he picked up the top rock, and then he like somehow magically warped the Smith. Like he talked to the Smith from afar and got him like here. Like I had no idea that you could even get him to follow you, like when you were so far away.
Nothing on that ether tablet, which is very good, honestly, for both of them, because really bad for Kitsune and then also really annoying for Matt. So
yeah, Matt's gonna have to come back here with the second sword, which for at least
there's nothing on it, so
yeah, well, right. If there was something there, right? Yeah, but yeah, from our total knowledge, there's been only 2 swords so far. One is the one that Matt and both RedKitsune have, and the other one is in Saha's closet.
Yeah, Matt's never gonna get that sword, just because these races have an identity to them. Where Kitsune finds all the sword, Matt finds none of them.
Yeah. It's also in Sahasrara, which is is close to Penn Eastern, which I don't Matt didn't go.
Yeah, it's icky. Ew, gross.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's here in Penn and Hera, but probably he was more incentivized to come here. Maybe 1 because of last game, but also 2 we saw the boots, right? So
yeah, he's only here because we saw the boots.
Yeah, that's actually probably true. Now, I was not paying attention enough to count items here in Hera. Did we get all 3 of them, or is there one sitting in the basement?
No clue. Yeah, I got no idea.
Well, so I guess at least for Matt's, he did not do Paradox yet, so he doesn't have a lamp. So he can't even get to the basement if he wants.
So there's nothing in the basement. It's got to be a small key, right? Yeah, because they don't have a small key yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
And it can't. There's no small key on Moldorm, so that basement should be empty. Unless Matt, because Matt wouldn't have opened the door on accident. He wasn't doing no Aerapot. So I'll presume that it's nothing.
We're getting even more money on RedKitsune's side.
Lost Woods. Forgot about this place.
Yeah.
Good for them though. This kind of seems maybe like a Lost Woods into Lumberjack into Bonk Rock Graveyard Ledge.
Oh, into North Light World. Yeah. That's actually really good. All right, so now Matt's finished up with Penn and Hera. Nothing really, of note in order inside the dungeon. Now I guess he's gonna go back to Paradox and then at least make some amount of decisions as to how many mountain trips he wants to make over here.
He even has a little bit more to do. So finding Fire Rod in here would be really good for Matt.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Laserford is actually a pretty best location. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, I mean he can do like pretty much all of TR except for the boss and the roller room.
Yeah, we don't have to concern ourselves in this case. There's a big key to Swamp too. That's actually a really nice big key to have.
Oh my god, like all these big keys. There's the big key to TR. Oh yeah, we can't do the big chest because we don't have the big key to TR. But the other guy does.
Yeah, and at some point Matt's gonna go get his mirror, so I don't know. I mean, yeah, depending on this case, like what is actually here, Matt could be certainly doing a time investment that may not pay off. I mean, like, doing all of Turtle Rock, while there's a lot of items in here, like, it's still, it's still a good number of mountain trips up and down, so...
Yeah, fire rod and or sword, basically the only value that's going to be in here for Matt. But this is great for RedKitsune.
Yeah.
I was kind of worried that they wouldn't get Ether before they found, you know, their way into the Desert Mire area. So being able to have Ether there, they will be able to actually like finish Mire once they're in there. And then boy, if that fire rod's in Mire, whew.
Yeah, well, this is also going to be really nice and efficient because, you know, with the myths and with the boots, right, Rick is going to actually check King's Tomb. Which Matt, I mean, it's only 10 arrows here, but like that was also not an option that Matt had at the time.
No, yeah, no boots.
Yeah. You know, honestly, like this is a record time for boots in Ambrosia. Like more than, you know, just, you know, not finding them. We have them actually even in sub-hour.
Yeah. Yeah, who can complain? Gosh.
That's right. Who can complain? Look at those nice boots usage in order to bomb open the back. It's almost as if we're playing casual boots at this point, you know? By the way, those are silvers. It's a good reminder. Mire and Desert is looking so good right now for RedKitsune. Assuming he goes over to Mini Moldorm first. We're gonna go up the mountain first with that mirror, by the way. So I guess it's gonna be more Turtle Rock stuff. So he has a bit more, maybe more incentive to come.
So
up
he didn't. No. This is probably just Spike Cave for them. They don't have the mirror yet.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. I was thinking about Turtle Rock Big Key, and maybe they want to do more stuff, but yeah.
You know, I mean, Turtle Rock could be on the option for them, but I mean, they're going to be very dependent on like the small key layout. Which I suppose if I was paying a little bit closer attention to where the small keys were on that side, maybe you could make some deductions.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have the medallion to do it like the old-fashioned way too. Presumably, I don't know what the medallion requirement is, but they have two at least. What's over here in Spike Cave? Oh wow, another sword. All right, he's done it again. He's gotten 3 swords, while Matt only has 1. That's actually hilarious.
And we have no idea when Matt's gonna go with either. He's a pretty
That's
bad
so
tag,
funny.
right? Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that cracks me up. Okay, so finishing up pot, that's a great play.
Yeah, we have a lamp now, which is gonna make pot like significantly. Also, we have like twice the amount of health that we came in here for the first time. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty dang nice. If only sometimes we can combine like powers of runners, you know? You just take RedKitsune's power to find swords and Matt's like ability to, you know, find more progression items.
Well, we need a 3rd power to find the fire rod, but then, yeah, then we would be in a good spot.
Yeah, that's actually I think a blind spot. No pun intended.
No, we already killed them.
Yeah.
They both did, yeah.
Yeah. Fire rod is definitely one of those go mode items for Matt. Seems to be more common for Matt than maybe for other people. Maybe it's also like a Darkling thing, you know? Because like Bueno also has the same issue with the fire rod as well.
Oh. Matt's issue is more on the sword side than, you know, the
That's true. Yeah, but Matt's really being as thorough as we can be here in Turtle Rock. He's getting, I think, as much as he can for given what he has. Really, just getting looks like rewarded with a heart, you know, a couple heart pieces.
Yeah. And if RedKitsune does come into TR without mirror, he will only be able to go to Chain Chomp because that was a heart piece.
Maybe quite the contrast in this case if he decides to Turtle Rock, you know, soon because, you know, so the last seed that they played, they were also looking for Fire Rod, and after Mitz, RedKitsune booked it to Turtle Rock, and he was able to get all the way to Lady Bridge without the Fire Rod. It was really heartbreaking. And Fire Rod was just that, yeah.
The small keys can make there, yeah. Ooh, wow. This is turning into development. Matt, no hookshot cave first chest? Come on, man.
I guess not gonna be worth it.
No, he's got a fire source. He's got the boots now, so he can actually go ahead and do all of Desert and Mire as well.
Do you think he's gonna pick up the red mail?
I don't think so.
I mean, he was a bit confused as you said earlier, right? Because, you know, he saw the blue mail and he got the blue mail off a purple chest, and so maybe he needs to like take a closer look, you know, at the armor.
I think it's like an imposter, you know, a mimic or something.
A mimic? They were already in that cave. I thought only mimics lived in that cave and nowhere else.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
wow.
not the pod.
Wow.
Speaking of the back pod, we're here. Yeah, RedKitsune is gonna use a blue potion. That's a very highly recommended thing to do because we're still on red mail because they did not do purple chest or a desert ledge, and so yeah, that last hit on Helma would have killed them.
Yeah, always not dying is a very good strategy. If any new people out there are trying to get into rando, that's definitely something we can recommend. It's a very global strategy, works for everyone. Not dying, it works. It's good.
Back. Just speaking of global strategies, how many crystals do you think we need to enter GT?
Yeah, public service announcement for all the people playing this game as well. It takes 7 crystals to get into GT unless, you know, that goal has been specifically altered. That means you're going to have to go back and do Skull Woods whenever you got your fire rod. You know, don't just go cheese it up to TR just because you're in go mode. Like, you might have to go back and get a crystal or two.
Oh man, or
a lot of people, I mean, like, this used to be really common knowledge, but as of lately, people have just been starting to forget.
In Matt's defense, Skull Woods is a pretty terrible place. And he normally does not go to Skull Woods without the fire rod, right? So, you know, given that he had already, you know, checked off, like, everything in the front, you know, he probably just kind of assumed that he had already cleared out the entire dungeon, including the crystal, right? Because why would you go there without the fire rod?
Okay, well, like, not in Matt's defense, but, like, it's always taken 7 crystals to get into GT in this tournament, so... I don't know what else to say.
Very true. Maybe he was just so excited to find the fire rod that he, in his last game, certainly did not climb the mountain in extra time because, you know, Skull Woods was not a completed dungeon on his side.
Alright, so there's both from RedKitsune. Like, this is, like, very interesting for them because it just kind of paints a path towards, you know, these next two. Yeah, but it's not only just Desert Mire, it's also Desert Mire Swamp.
Oh, true, yeah, because they're once they're gonna get the mirror, they're just basically gonna run straight back over.
And if Fire Rod's in any of those 3 spots, which kind of seems a little likely given what we've seen. Oh my god, Matt just got even more bait from his hook shot. Yeah, like, if he finds Fire Rod in any of those spots, like, he's in a huge lead.
Yeah, and we also do have bombos, right, that we picked up from Landmillas, and so that is potentially our entry into Ice Palace too.
Yep.
And you know who, and
he's gonna,
you know,
he's gonna do Fire Rodless Fighter Sword. Gold Stair again. He had to do it last seed too.
Yeah, he did. And actually, Matt was even talking about because he like finished Swamp and got Bombos. Yeah, sorry, Bombos was on Lake Holly Island, so he finished Swamp, and then it's like he didn't have a fire rod, and so he was just right there, you know, go pick up Bombos. He's got Fighter Sword, and then turns out after he should have just gone to Mire first because the fire rod.
Fire Rod was there. Yeah. Fire Rod and Ice Rod were just basically chilling his go mode. Well, not really because he didn't have swords either, but he. You know, he knows he's not going to find those anyways.
Yeah, right now the store situation is, you know, okay, just have faith. There is going to be another store somewhere in GT for Matt this time, surely. He won't have to, you know, go to some, you know, remote location of Hyrule in order to go get at least one of them.
So, we could do Pyramid Fairy after we finish Ice. That actually might not be... I mean, it still seems kind of bad, but that might not be the worst spot, but that still does seem pretty bad for Matt.
Yeah, I mean, like, so the longer the seed goes, I mean, I think that's actually kind of true even for inverted and as well, is that the longer the seed goes, the less appealing your sphere, whatever one, you know, ish checks are.
Well, but Pyramid Fairy's like right next to Front of Escape. I don't think Matt would skip it at that point. At that point, I feel like he would probably do both. So if anything, it incentivizes him to go towards that area.
I guess. Oh man, he wouldn't. You don't think he would die like Hookless Swamp, right? On the wood ice, right?
I don't know. He could. He could absolutely do that. I don't think that he would, but like he could.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's still kind of like a ways off, right? Because he probably wants to finish Desert. He's gonna finish Mire. He's gonna go finish Pod. Yeah, and then dive into Ice. Like, and so far, we haven't really seen any progression in like Mire or Desert so far, right? Or
not yet.
So.
But Swamp's the one I got my eye on, feeling it. It's like 1,000 items in there. Or Ice. Or that. So, I don't know, man.
So, The eyes are here in Misery Mire on Vitreous. Like the little pups I don't think they can see. I think there's just one giant eye. So maybe.
I just think like the worst case for like the Red Kitsune is going to be in Fire Rod Go mode. It's not in TR. And like,
well,
when would they ever go to TR?
I mean, well, Matt has an out potentially, right? Because Swamp Big was in Turtle Rock. Laser
You know what? That's a good point. It could be in TR. If it's in the Swamp Big chest, that's huge. I did not consider that. That's actually like game winning for Matt. All right.
Yeah, but I mean, it also can be the Fire Rock could also just be on the path, right? Not in the big chest of Swamp Palace, in which case, oh no.
Okay.
It's okay. We really, I guess, need the Fire Rod.
2 silvers and 3 slashes. It's fine. We got Bombos now. Yeah, and if Fire Rod's like not on the path, like it being on the path to getting you closer to the hook shot's always good.
Yeah. That's definitely really true. But yeah, that is in terms of getting over to Swamp Palace might be certainly a bit ways off for Matt. Yeah, okay, this is gonna be RedKitsune's mirror.
Alright, well, no, see you later. I don't want that. I don't need that. You know what? Yeah, I guess I do need to beat that. Or need that to beat the seed. Oh, I'll get it.
You almost want to do a double take, you know, because you definitely don't see the mirror here in Checkerboard Cave in non-inverted seats. So
that's a good point. Yeah, maybe he's like, that can't be there. There's no way.
It's one of those things, you know. It's like you start out with like a whatever, like boots, or you start out with boots, but you start out with an item, right? And then instead of you having a replacement of like a green 20, they'll actually like replace it with the item, right? So you actually kind of see, like in this case, it's just like a fake item, but you're still pretty happy. So don't do a double take.
Alright. It's like, wow, that was a really convenient mirror. Now I can do Swamp. Now I can do Mire. Like, that was all thanks to the mirror. It was a very big item for him to find. Allowing him to skip out on that flute on Zora completely. Like, he does not need it.
Yeah, he definitely does not need to go over there now. Yeah. Very nice, convenient arrow refill, by the way, on Matt's side. Using all the silver arrows. He got all 10 of them back. Alright, this is gonna be Mire for RedKitsune. Of course, he is here on Tempered Sword and Silvers. He is still checking the Mire medallion just so he knows what the quick swap too.
Yeah, doing his due diligence even though we have all of them.
Ooh, we're gonna use that flute on Matt's side. We're gonna go straight over to Ice Palace. He believes in the rule of fire, it looks like.
Makes sense. I don't know. I guess Matt could have done pod here, I guess, instead, just for like chance of Fire Rod or something on Helmasaur. But maybe he also wanted to do Ice too, because if he's going to go do pod, this will probably actually get him a sword, but he's probably gonna maybe do it in the light world and then like kind of hedge his bets on like Eastern and pod together. Just in case, you know?
Oh, no, that's actually a really good point. Yeah. I totally forgot about the fact that you can actually, like, maybe, yeah, as you said, Matt maybe wants to hedge his bets. Nice Bombos usage here on the Pin Gators. Now, you can only do so much without the hook shot, without the Fire Rod, without a sword. I guess you can use bombs, like regular bombs, but yeah, the Bombos.
Yeah, as much as I'm trying to will it to happen just because I think it would be funny, I don't think we're going to see Matt in GT with Fighter Sword again. I don't think he's going to be able to pull that one off.
That's probably true, yeah. I guess it kind of depends on where that Fire Rod is.
Well, it's right there, nice. I still think he's gonna check Saha Closet while he goes into pod though. It's just too free. He might not, but then like no, he's still going to because he still needs hook shot. It's not quite the same.
As you mentioned though, like Ice Palace is a 5/6 crystal, right? So he might do Pyramid Fairy into the front of Escape. Like I definitely do think that you are correct in that he will probably enter GT with at least Master Sword. That Temper Sword and Spike Cave is a bit more questionable for him to go get, but yeah, the sword is.
You just get the one on top of GT instead.
Oh right, okay, easy, yeah.
However, that Fire Rod's still very much on the beaten path. Very scary, I think, for Matt.
It's also really scary for, I don't know. I mean, like, would you be a little bit worried on RedKitsune's side as well? Like,
no.
Like, how much extra stuff, you know, I guess has been kind of like weighing on them, like that they think they did that they didn't need to.
Probably not enough to not go into Crystal Ice Palace.
Fair.
and like open the freest chest in the world.
Yeah, with the Keen of Samara, that was also pretty early. We found Ice Rod, by the way. Also
Okay.
an Ice Palace.
Sweet. Matt has more places to go look for his hook shot. Could be on Trinex.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean, where was Turtle Rock Big Key? It was on, yeah, RedKitsune Fountain.
Yeah, interesting.
Bob
Okay.
Crocs, thank you. Thank you, Brief. Anti-Fairy certainly is. With RedKitsune. We did not finish. Oh, he has no Meyer Big Key, which is at Waterfall. Yeah, that's actually a really great.
Good point.
About the fact that we have no Big Key.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually super helpful for Matt then, believe it or not. Wow. Okay, I did not piece that together because I just assumed that they had all of the big keys because they had been to Kakariko, thus having all the big keys because it was like 5 in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with this okay, so this is actually gonna be pretty interesting in terms of path because RedKitsune with that hookshot mirror.
It does give them the opportunity to actually be distracted by some stuff.
Yeah.
And do all of Swamp. I mean, they might have done all of this anyways before going into Ice 2.
Look at that beautiful Master Sword sitting on Cold Stare.
Okay. No swords in GT today. So yeah, that's things are starting to tip the scale a little bit towards you know, back on Matt's side a little bit.
Yeah, it's actually looking pretty decent. So if Matt goes over to Pod now, right, and maybe goes the
My shield.
Lost his shield. How can he do Swamp now?
What is this? Is this Bonk Rocks? No, this is Skullwoods. Excuse me. Of course. Very, very good. Do this as soon as you get your Fire Rod. That way you don't try to go to GT without doing Skullwoods. Yeah, very smart.
It's probably very, very fresh on Matt's mind.
Don't wait for that.
Yeah, don't wait for Turtle Rock being inside. You know, one, you're on the conveyor. One, Turtle Rock is a pendant, which we know in this case we do not need whatsoever. So he doesn't even have that thinking time, you know?
Yeah, don't think, oh, if I find another sword, my moth kill will be so much faster, I'll save so much time, because you lose all of that time and then some when you try to go to GT without killing Skullwoods. So, it's just better, just get it out of the way, you know? You can only remember so much stuff.
Yeah, that's actually true. We can only actually hold so much stuff in our short-term memory. But I guess at least for what it's worth, we do not have any more mountain climbs for GT, because this is inverted. So we just have to go in this case to the castle.
Yeah,
which,
it's still like far.
Well, it's not like as bad as a mountain climb, I think, but it is still it's you know it's up there.
It's not free. Yeah, there's stuff in the way. Gotta go through like doors, upstairs, downstairs.
Yeah.
There's guards.
Okay, so RedKitsune right now, he's searching for Fire Rod, that is it? Is that correct?
And the Mire, big.
Oh, Mire Big Key, right, yeah.
So he'll have to go back in the Mire. Yeah, this is getting real interesting. It really is going to depend on when Matt, you know... I mean, Zelda sells freaking far as heck, too, so...
Yeah, but I mean, presumably after this, I can definitely see Matt going over to Pod Eastern, right? He's definitely gonna go clear, finish Pod as a crystal.
The thing is, though, is he's gonna do Eastern.
He'll get a temper too. Yeah, he also might be completely clear at Eastern.
And that's a lot of time that I don't think he has.
Yeah, because it looks like, at least with RedKitsune, well, okay, RedKitsune might do left side swamp here. I also am not keeping track. Well, I mean, so that's an extra, you know, what, minute or so? Or maybe a couple minutes, but then also like he has to he'll do all of Ice and then he'll also have to go do Waterfall afterwards. It could be a efficient route, but then he also has to go back to Mire too, right? Yeah. I mean, it's almost kind of like 2 dungeons worth, or another extra dungeon's worth. I don't know. I mean, it's looking pretty. It's still looking pretty close.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's very interesting. I think it's I cannot parse. I have no idea. There's too many variables here.
Yeah, alright. So this is at least going to be Matt's next crystal out of... Yeah, and then yeah, I can definitely see him getting his sword here. So he should be on top of sword, pretty happy. Should
And
be
if you
pretty
see him
happy.
skip the closet, like, immediately here, then I think that basically telegraphs the fact that he is going to full clear Eastern Palace. Because it's the green pendant, so he's gonna do all of them together.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right.
Yeah, okay. So we can expect a full clear of Eastern Palace on Matt's side, I think. I think he's pretty much shown us that is his intent. No left side swamp from RedKitsune.
Is leaving. We are going to Pyramid Fairy, it looks like.
Okay. Shovel.
We are doing shovel first.
Yeah, he's not gonna do Pyramid Fairy because he hasn't done ice yet.
Oh, right. Yeah. Good point. And then I guess, oh no, have we actually been over here? Well, we have done here. We have been over here, right, to do K45?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because they came here pretty early. No,
Saving quit. Link's house?
Yeah, not terrible.
Okay, nope.
Mountain, we're doing... More of Turtle Rock, it looks like?
Are we really?
I mean, what else is up here?
Could be Ether Tablet.
Could be Ether Tablet.
I guess we are going to TR.
Wow.
Alright, well I didn't
I also did not expect
didn't see
that.
this one coming. Okay, well.
Oh, we have Hookshot Cave too. We have Hookshot Cave, we got Super Bunny. I think he hasn't done this.
Didn't we do this? No, we did this.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, we're going to freaking TR, brother.
Yeah.
Alright.
I wonder if he thinks that he needs to make another play or something. Maybe he thinks that he can't get all the way to Laser Bridge without the fire rod. Although he could just factor a Laser Bridge in this particular case, and then he'll get his swamp big, but I mean that won't necessarily really help him.
It's like he did this just to call me a liar. I was like, there's no way he's going to TR. Why would he ever do that? He could just do ice. But yeah, if he would have done ice and then you just check waterfall right afterwards, he would be in go mode, but
very convenient route.
Yeah.
For sure.
Instead, I mean, I think like to me this just seems like it's respect to the 124. That's all I'm seeing from this.
Maybe he wants 2,000 rupees before he can go over Zora.
Yeah, he's gonna do TR too. It's uncertainty as well. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, well, right. He also has the Turtle Rock big key, right, that he got from Block Rocks, which Matt, I think, is still missing at the time. So maybe he has a little bit more incentive in order to come back up here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe our definition of the word incentive is a little obscure.
I mean,
but
I understand. I mean, it's not very strong. I mean, but it is one more additional item for him. Yeah, versus a Crystal Ice Palace. Maybe he doesn't want to deal with only Bombas.
Someone said mismarked pendant or crystal. We have no rods. What decision would that make? It'll make no sense. But either way.
Let's see in this case what Eastern Palace has to offer. I mean, we don't really have much.
There's nothing in Eastern Palace.
I'm trying to think if there's, we already got all our armors. Maybe there are a bunch more heart containers.
Okay. Yes, those there might be heart pieces or heart containers, correct.
I mean,
outside of that, there is literally no items left in the game. There will be no bottles, there will be no capes, there will be no shovels, there will be no shields. Well, actually, maybe there is a shield in here.
No, well, actually, yeah, that's a good. I don't remember actually where RedKitsune got his third shield from, but he certainly did do the front of Eastern Palace.
Yeah, so maybe Matt will get a shield. Outside of that, hearts or shields, there's nothing else. We know where everything's at.
He definitely needs a shield so we can go to Swamp Palace, after this.
Oh yeah, he should. Yeah, without the hook shot.
Yeah, because like we couldn't find a pick, we couldn't find a free sword for the picket to take, right? So then yeah, we had to improvise, and I guess the fire shield was the next best thing.
This TR wasn't too bad. I don't know, could you have started from Laser Bridge and just gone the whole way? Well, I guess you wouldn't get the big chest then. I guess if you do big chest and kind of cut it in half, that's really not too bad.
Counting items at all, by the way? Like, could we have skipped something? Knowing that the last item's on Trinex?
I mean,
I have no idea, by the way, because as you mentioned before, we have no rods, so it's
I
not like we
doubt
can
it,
even
so-
see the rod side. So
Can map? I mean, I don't know. I guess you could have map, compass, and roller room, and then 4 small keys on laser bridge. Like, I suppose, or something like that. That would
yeah, and the keys are shuffled too. So
that would allow you to technically skip the back in an odd circumstance, but yeah, that's not applicable today. Alright. So no fire rod for Matt, but gonna get a green pendant. Going to get a tempered sword, so very nice. Then after that, he's got decisions to make, but then after this, RedKitsune's got decisions to make as well. If you go into Swamp before Ice, oh, he might do it too. Oh man.
wait, Rekasude? Rekusude's already been to Swamp Palace, right?
Yeah, but he just got a big key to Swamp.
Oh no, he's not. He's definitely not going back to Swamp with only.
Why
one
not?
round.
We just went to TR.
Yeah, you're right.
Why would you?
Well,
Why
yeah,
would you go to TR for nothing and then just like give up on your value? Okay, all right.
I like the hammer dash, by the way, on that side. You go all the way to the back, and then you can rebound and claim your 10 arrows off of Sahasrahla. Oh, this is Ice Palace, right?
Oh yeah.
On Rekasude's
By the
side?
way, this guy sells blue potions. Go check it out in your vanilla game.
We're not playing vanilla game. We're playing inverted. We can't even load up the original game in order to simulate this.
Yeah, but I want people to think that there's a blue potion in there because maybe they've never been in there.
That's true. It's also only 160 rupees, you know? Isn't that kind of like, isn't that a bargain?
160? That's standard.
Yeah. Oh, it's the upcharge that we add in the red potion, right? That's 150 versus, you know, the regular potion shop. Yeah. Alright, this actually is gonna look very good, right? For a Matt, at least so far, because he can do here, he's gonna be Pure Fairy, and then he's gonna be right on the path, basically, to go to the front of Escape and Zelda. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and with like Skull Woods and Mire like already cleared for
Yeah,
Matt.
this is actually looking pretty good for Matt now, because, you know, yeah, so Rekazune still needs to finish Mire. Well, he still needs to go get the Mire Bicky from Waterfall after this. He needs to finish.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So he can't go mode ice.
Yeah, and then he also has to finish up Skull Woods as well.
And then go back to Mire too.
Yeah.
Without that TR dip though, this was actually kind of like razor close, but I think that TR, that was too much time given back to Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, and considering Matt full cleared out Eastern Palace, you know, completely, right? You know, basically that was just like one full dungeon.
Yeah, I don't think Matt's skipping front of Escape here, so, and then yeah, RedKitsune's about to get their fire rod. But they'll actually have to go check Waterfall too, you know, maybe they just go cheese at the Skull Woods instead.
Yeah, that would be pretty heartbreaking. Yeah, I mean, but like you're right here, you're literally right here, and you have Zora, and you have Zora Ledge. Like I feel like that should be enough in order to kind of push you over. In order.
Maybe they save and quit after this and go check right side TR.
Oh no, we're not gonna be. Although I mean, like I guess I can maybe see like going back to Skull Woods. There is an item, you know, and thanks to Ambrosia, right? We do have an incentive to go check, you know, the boss because it also is an item. Oh, there's also a mushroom.
Yeah, there's a little bit of bait to go do other stuff.
Alright, looks like though Matt's gonna go at least to Dark Cross first, which definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's good. You can dash into some rats along the way.
He's not gonna go
take out some of his frustrations.
He is not gonna go get the key rat. Alright, that guy is at least safe.
Yeah, well, I saw one die, so it's still a good day.
Yeah, but this is actually going to be the very last location in the front of Escape, at least for Matt.
Yeah, all the way in the back. Okay, this is a dirty spot. Was kind of easy to tell that, like, that would be kind of gross for him, just because it's hard to put all that stuff together. I mean, this inverted, it had all the items, like, in, you know, they were very well distributed across the world.
I guess for what it's worth, though, at least we had Mitts pretty early, and then we also had Hammer pretty early.
Yeah.
And at least for Matt's case, like we also got Flute pretty early. So at least the movement, honestly, like for the seed was about as good as it was gonna get.
And they could have had boots, like right when they got the Moon Pearl.
Well,
I guess they would have needed the Hammer first. But yeah,
Yeah,
as soon as I got
and
handed
also,
in, they were good.
yeah, maybe they would have been more incentivized if Hera was a crystal, like to at least like scout the, scout the mountain earlier.
They both went up there pretty early. I mean, about as early as you could. I guess you could have like literally gotten hammer and then just like left, your Dark World trip, but they were up there pretty early. All right. Well, Matt is actually going to be the first one in go mode, just barely.
Well,
On the assumption that he goes to Waterfall. But Matt has already finished Skullwoods and already finished Mire, so
he is probably like double, triple checking his crystal counts by now. He's like, do I only need Swamp Palace?
I'm surprised he just get the hook
yes.
shot and go into GT from there. It's like, oh yeah, I'm good. I can just go to GT.
Oh, okay. So maybe we're gonna get Hobo before we go over to Waterfall. We can still swim back, right?
Yeah, but yeah, definitely. Maybe out of the realms of competitive advantage. Like, obviously, you want to go there sooner than later, but like, I mean, Matt's basically done with this seed now. He's got one dungeon.
He has go.
And he's inside of it.
He's almost there. Yeah, he's almost
there.
Yeah. And actually, kind of a nice
thing.
All right,
well, there we go. Save and quit.
Oh no. Where are we going? Dark Chapel. Alright, so this is gonna be Skullwoods. So at least he's gonna get another crystal. So he's still gonna make progress, but yeah, the Mizumai big key in Waterfall is kind of really looming over RedKitsune's head.
Also, a fun fact too, if Matt7898 wins, they will be the second runner to go 6-0 in this tournament. They will be seated behind Sailor Nep for brackets. Also, congratulations to Neb. That's freaking impressive as hell.
Yeah, I mean, like, every year, like, just like the bar for tournament skill level is it only rises, it never drops, right? And the fact that we're still, like, people get like it really says something, right?
People can just like show up and just curb stomp the field and say, "Get on my level," like that. That is incredible. Yeah, I imagine that's exactly what Neb did. I know that's what Matt did. I heard him say it in his last race. He said, I'm gonna win this next race. I'm gonna curb stomp this field. He didn't say get on my level because he's kind of nice. He just said curb stomp.
Matt's also Canadian, so yeah, like him being nice is pretty standard,
Yeah, he can say whatever he wants as long as he says I'm sorry afterwards.
Gosh. I was gonna mention it. So by the way, like a nice thing about inverted, especially actually Matt, maybe he planned this all out all along, We're in Swamp Palace. He just has to go and run up, right? To go to the castle.
Yeah. Well, he's gotta, go into the light world.
But yeah. But like that's that's.
And he's gotta go down to do it because swamps it exits south.
Thanks, Mac.
Yeah. But it's good because he probably left his portal outside the door. So he can go to the light world before he runs into the guard that requires a shield because he does not have a shield because it was a snack.
This is what happens, by the way, if you don't eat proper meals, is that you only have salt and vinegar chips or something, or these little mini shields. You should actually really eat a nice actual meal, so that you don't get tempted by all this other,
I don't know. The shields look kind of good.
That was so fast, and he couldn't even pick up the heart container that was dropped from Argus.
We certainly got a lot of hearts as of lately. We got healthy all of a sudden.
Yeah, we started out pretty stingy. After 20-some minutes, we were still on 5 hearts, green mail, and suddenly we have 17 now. And red mail? I mean, we could have gotten red mail.
Where was this other sword?
Spike Cave.
That's right. I could not remember.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that the last sword was on Colster was a very good benefit from that.
Alright. Oh yeah, everyone's typing numbers. Like, wait, why are we typing numbers? We're not going to GT, we're going to the castle. Oh, wait.
Yeah, and yes, all of the other big keys are shoveled except for the GT Picky. Although, fun fact, apparently in ladder, you could find the GT Picky outside as part of the fat keys. Not for Ambrosia, but that was apparently it was there were momentarily 2 GT Pickies in the item pool, which actually I think could be kind of interesting,
Yeah, might as well. It's like, hey, it'll be in GT, but also like you can just find it,
Yeah, exactly.
so you don't have to do the GT climb. But also cue like inevitable salt that someone will have whenever they had to go find their GT big key in tile room, and someone else found it like in the overworld, and then they're mad because they lost by 30 seconds. They're like, it's not fair, it's the mode's fault. I mean, that would never happen because this is a positivity stream. Yeah.
No, exactly.
I didn't know why I brought that up.
I think we just started with the GT big key, like in our inventory, you
Yeah.
know, along with like the 15 other items.
And the boots, and,
Yeah.
and a sword.
Boots, sword, quick cross. You know,
Make some other people happy. Someone out there is like, I like starting with the mushroom. Okay, yeah, mushroom too.
To powder to.
I see where this is going.
Man, I really like seeing that rock. You like never ever get to see it in rando, unless it's, well, I guess maybe unless it's like mystery or something, or it's inverted.
You got excited over RedKitsune picking up a rock. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
See that rock, okay? Like it is one of the least visited. It's actually one of those screens because I think we're on that screen quite a bit.
I appreciate your inclusive demeanor. Every rock deserves to be lifted in my town.
Man, so you know they have like pottery lottery now, like for door rando. So what if we
Oh,
have
I see where this is going.
Yeah.
No.
Rock and bush lottery. Someone please count the number of extra checks we have to.
Excuse me. Why stop there? Why don't we just start putting items underneath the grass?
Yeah, that's see.
Yeah.
Lawnmower percent. I'm. What would our total collection rate be?
Probably pretty high. And then imagine not having like boots and a sword. Oof.
Oh my gosh, dude, that would be so.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna go farm bombs real quick so I can go bomb the gardens of Hyrule.
There's also bomb bag, by the way, so you don't even necessarily get free bombs to start out with.
Oh man, that sounds really bad. Oh yeah, items can be dug up. You start with a shovel. All right, I would play that.
You would play that and not like lawnmower?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't play lawnmower where I'd have to like. I don't want to go find the lawnmower. If you start me with it,
okay, that's probably true. Okay, so you're saying that you would play it if you start with the sword? Sword boots?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you would just get go mode in like 5 minutes with sword and boots, man. You'd just be dashing along and you got like fire rod, ice rod, mirror. You're like, oh man, that was a good line.
Wouldn't have to even care about optimal dash lines either. Every dash line is optimal if you get progression.
But if they made a seed though where like every single item was buried in the ground, I would play it once.
Once. Okay, alright, yeah. I'll give something a shot, right? Matt is leaving after finding the big key in rando room. I have no idea what check that was. But he didn't even check the other two because there is nothing else that can help him.
Yeah, that was check number 37. So if you guessed 37 in chat, yep, you won. I was counting, and we were including the pots and the potential dig spots along the way.
How about check number 78? What about check number 89 or 98?
What about him?
No.
Oh, okay. That's a pun on his name. Okay, sorry. I understand now. Yeah, 6-0 for Mad, looking very likely. Not even gonna get a first place seed out of a 6-0. Crazy.
He can't get a first place seed?
No, Nep. They're gonna. I think they go by maybe a qualification.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Like Matt was clearly just not fast enough at scheduling all his races.
No. I think it's the tiebreakers based on your like your ranking from the qualifiers.
Seed. Oh yeah. That's actually really good.
No, not that.
I gotcha. I was like, oh well, maybe you should just spread around the.
Yeah, that was like a full like Karen take right there. Oh, I guess he wasn't fast, and like I was like, oh dang, wait, no.
Well, you know, if maybe these guys all started with boots, you know, we would have been fast enough, but next tournament.
Truth be told, I wasn't quite sure it was qualifying ranking. I was just assuming. I have read none of the stuff about this tournament. I don't even know why they have me here commentating. I don't even know what the modes are. I just look at the text above and I type exclamation point, whatever the mode is, and then I read, and that's I'm good to go.
Yeah, very easy.
Yeah, but it didn't tell me that the GT Big Key was not shuffled. They need to update it.
Yeah, that is so true. Well, it is also, I believe it's not quite new now. You know, it was even in last year's main tournament too, Inverted, or Ambrosia, or some version of Inverted.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I thought. Or at least we had inverted key sanity, I think.
Did we? I couldn't tell you a dang thing about the last one.
Yeah, that was definitely something. And I think that was actually one of the debates, because I think initially it was just maybe it was just plain inverted, and then the admins of the main tournament last year took actually a lot of player user feedback and decided to add in a key sanity, and then with starting flute. So.
Nice. Oh yeah, okay, I remember that now.
Yeah, I thought it was actually, I mean, like, I think the modes were actually worked out quite well. Like, it seemed like the key sanity with flute for inverted actually was pretty well received, you know, all things considered.
Who do I have to talk to about boots then?
That's a great question.
Yeah, we need to figure out who the
chat here.
Who the nice person, the nice one is, and let's all send them nice,
Can we all send
polite, elegant, you know, message saying, hey, our thumbs, they're sore, they're raw, they're swollen.
And our D-pads, right?
Yeah, my D-pad is just, you know, half of it, it looks like ruins. My thumb is so swollen now I can't fit into my bowling ball anymore. Can we please start with boots?
Yeah, you're right. That's actually pretty strong consequence. But by the way, RedKitsune is back here in Swamp as we have predicted.
Yeah.
Completely
A
accurate.
little unfortunate. But no, I think, I mean, I don't want to say too much about what was going on in their mind, but it did kind of seem like it was a, and this is just my guess, but, you know, they were looking to make plays, and like, man, the plays that they made, like, they all could have been huge. They just didn't quite pay off, and then, you know, whenever the seed was good, which obviously they don't know, because, like, they can't see what's going on, but that's when you, like, take your foot off the gas and kind of coast a little bit. If they had done that, then they probably would have ended up getting funneled right to their items. But, I mean, like I said, that Fire Rod, you know, could have been in TR. That Misery Mire Big Key could have been in TR, but it wasn't, and Matt's on Ganon.
Sure. And I mean, and like RedKitsune is also he's pretty, you know, savvy in terms of like, you know, just going for the competition, right? Like he's playing to his outs, right? And I mean, even last seed, when I think he did all the pendant dungeons and he pulled pedestal, like there was a shovel and lumberjack, for example, and I think there was, you know, that was one of his outs, right? It's like if and he was, what was he looking for? He was looking for flute, right? So if flute were there, right, I think he still would have.
Yeah, that would have been huge. Yeah, you pull a sneaky fetch quest off Lumberjack, and you do that early, yeah, you're feeling pretty dang good.
Oh, we're in Ganon, by the way. We're almost there.
Managed to not die.
in Ganon fight. I mean, okay, so Matt was here last game with Silvers as well, but Sterling was only here on Master Sword. We are going back in to kill Trinex, is that what it looks like on RedKitsune's side?
Oh yeah, we can do that now.
We have the Ice Rod coming out of Ice Palace, and we have the Fire Rod coming also out of Ice Palace.
Oh yeah, they both were in there.
Yeah, one was an Ice Tea, which is also kind of a often skip. Oh, we're gonna do the front first. I guess we're gonna go get, alright, well then, though Matt has finished up Ganon, get your GDs out in chat for Matt. As we have said before, thanks to admin Rick and, well, commentator Ak, Matt is 6-0 going into this group stage and has a sure ticket punched to brackets.
He's basically down a 6-pack of PBR now too at this.
Oh yeah.
I hope your seat was shieldless. Hey, guess what it was? Because you got eaten.
Where is the webcam for Matt 7898 shotgunning a PBR?
It got wet.
As we did,
from the last time he did it. Yeah. Hello, GG.
Yo, we are also here joined by today's victor in his doubleheader. GG's Matt.
Hey, how's it going? GG's.
How did you feel about, well, one, how do you feel about boots when you did find them, as you did, and then also how did you feel about the hook shot when you found it in the front of escape?
The boots, like, it wasn't that bad because you had to have the Mitts Dark World access and the Hammer was in Kakariko, so you're just kind of locked into doing that Light World loop, and then like I went to the mountain like not that much later. I mean, I went to Thieves and stuff, but I don't know. I felt okay about that. And the hook shot, like, I don't know, man. When do you do Castle Tower or Hyrule Castle when it's not Negacy? I have no idea. Like, when I got the hook shot, I was like, I mean, I could be dead. I could not be. Like, I had no idea how to feel. It's inverted. Nobody knows anything.
That does sound very accurate.
All right, we're also joined here today by RedKitsune and GG's on your doubleheader.
GG's, GG's.
Yo, GG's, dude.
Did you end up finding out where the Meyer Big Key was, RedKitsune?
No.
Okay. It was you were so close to it. If you had gone right to Waterfall after Ice Palace, instead of Hobo, that would have been your go mode.
At that point of the race, I didn't want to go so easy place. I mean, I wanted to do something different in order to find it.
Okay.
Even though it is true that the hook there in Escape, I thought that I get the hook pretty early, but didn't amount to anything, I think, but I am unsure.
I don't think anything was specifically locked behind it. No.
I think it maybe gave
No.
you a bit more. Yeah, I don't think so either. But maybe gave you a little bit more incentive to go to the mountain with the hook shot.
For sure, and that's for and TR was like a big gamble. Let's go TR now that I have the mirror. Let's try things. And I don't know. Whenever you enter the light war and you are against an opponent that you know that is faster than you, there is an area in the world that you have. For me, I want to say there is an area in the world that I want to bet that there is nothing on. Given the items and given the seed, I decide that I was never going to go to the sword area. Unless I got to Ice Palace really soon, but whenever I got the access to Ice Palace was pretty late.
Yeah. That makes sense, and I think that's kind of what we were thinking too.
I will say though, you picked up the boots this seed faster than Matt did, so you got
I
to tassel
wasn't
with it.
sure, no, because going up to the mountain to only doing Allman, it was more or less normal. But but if you didn't go like pretty fast, you will get a lot of time going. And Hook was another reason for going there, no.
You were also in TR after Matt, believe it or not, as well.
You have a high proficiency for finding swords.
Oh yeah, but yeah, you are amazing at finding swords. He had 3 swords over your one again, Matt. He's too good.
I could see that.
I have no idea where the swords were.
He even found the 4th one. Yeah, there was one in Spike Cave too.
Yeah.
I remember getting Temper just before Pod or something like that I was very happy about. I remember Master just before the Thief's Town, something like that. And I remember Gold, remember Ice Palace. I was really happy when I got a sword and I was looking and going for a dungeon, so it was fun.
Yeah, they were in the back of Saha's and then Spike Cave. Those were the 2 that you had over Matt, because Matt didn't do those areas as quick. I was really, really wanting you to get your go mode before you found the sword too, Matt. I wanted it so bad,
No,
but
I didn't want. I couldn't take that again. Like that was
I could.
awful. That's the worst thing in Rando is full clearing GT with fighter sword and not finding it and just being like, oh,
Yeah,
fuck, dude.
it really does suck. But it would have been really funny. Yeah, GG's, man. Congrats on like 6-0 too. Freaking crazy, man.
Yeah, thanks. This was a tough group. I mean, Zelga's in this group. Like, it's
Yeah.
very good players. I don't know. I was very lucky in this series, and like I had kind of a bad qualifier, so being able to kind of steal the #1 seed out of this group is good. Mind you, it means almost nothing, but we'll see what happens in the brackets.
Means everything. Confidence, you know. And people are going to be
So,
scared when they face you because of that number next to your name. Not the number next to your NMG time. Definitely, no one worries about that one.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but you're done now, right? With all your
Oh yeah,
matches, so you can
nice
just,
week
coast.
off. Maybe do some commentary, watch some matches.
Nice.
I'm looking
Oh.
forward to
Some
seeing how it all
commentary?
plays out.
That commentary?
We'll see. I got a busy week. We'll see what happens. No promises.
No, he just made a promise to everyone out there listening. He's going to do commentary. Don't miss it.
Can't wait. Exactly 9 p.m.
Exactly 9 p.m. Yeah.
Meanwhile, though, I think RedKitsune. So right, so this are your first 2 games, right, in the group?
Yes.
Do you have other games scheduled? I think with Zelda and
Tomorrow I have the back-to-back against Chloe, more or less at the same time.
Okay.
And with Helga, we are looking at which time it is possible for both of us.
Okay. Well, so certainly, I mean, 4 really good games to look forward to. So I'd certainly be on the lookout for those.
And don't be discouraged about losing the mat. You know, he did run the table in the group, so that means the group is still wide open on your part.
Yeah.
So go in there, crush all the other ones. I'm rooting for you.
Sure. These two losses were expected.
You got like any item in Eastern, like you're guaranteed to sweep Zelga. So like we can just
Yeah.
chalk that one up.
Very correct. Mm-hmm.
So I beat Zelga. I found a nice hook shot in there while he was in Hookless Swamp looking for it. Actually, the only reason I was able to beat him.
GG's. I imagine we probably got like quite a few races on later today. As you know, given it's not even noon yet. Oh man, that hurts.
Yeah, you got that. They finished too fast. Well, let's see. It looks like on the schedule we have 1:10 p.m. This is Hayfield Bay versus Homewrecker on not SpeedGaming but ALTTPR randomized channel. We have another one on SpeedGaming, Scottish Bay versus Lana Bean on SG4, and then at 2 p.m. We have CS Tutor versus Chrome on SpeedGaming 2. I mean, yeah, as you said, a bunch of them basically in going on a Saturday afternoon and evening. So lots of rando to watch. To sit back, relax with.
What's the commentary in the restream and GG's again, by the way.
Thank you so much, guys, for racing. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, thanks, Matt, for getting up at 8 a.m. You're trying to go play.
Listen, I was already up at 6:30. I have a little alarm clock that keeps me awake, so it's fine.
Okay, that's very good. But yeah, but definitely best of luck in your future races, RedKitsune. It was actually really, it was a really fun race to watch. You know, lots of excitement, honestly. So, thank you so much.
Well, when I was gambling in any strange spot in the game, I hope it was fun and it was a little bit of hope that I find something.
No, I mean, I definitely very much enjoyed it. So thank you so much, you guys, for letting us restream you. It's always a blast.
GG. Thanks for the stream.
Yeah, and so yeah, I want to thank again our awesome tracker Brave. Did so much work for us, basically keeping track of everything. I mean, also remembering how many items there were in dungeons, how many where big keys were, where everything was. Thank you so much for remembering keeping track of everything. Made things super helpful and accurate. No misinformation here. And of course, Ack, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a blast.
Yeah.
And then so just a couple more hours, maybe 1 more hour or so, and then we got some more random action for you. Until then, have a great rest of your day.
Don't go anywhere. All right, goodbye. Good night.